Hello all, this is Kade, and this is the third video in the series on how to start Star Citizen. In this video we will be jumping into the Persistent universe to show you around how to play the real meat of the game and also put some of the basic controls we discussed in our first video into practice. In order to go into the universe, we select the Giant Universe option here and we go to Crusader. Area 18 itself is only a social module where you can walk around on a ground location, which looks really nice, but there's not much to do. The hangars will allow you to customize your hangar as you desire and also to set up your ships for the Persistent universe. But we are going right to Crusader, so let's visit the spaceport. Keep in mind the loading times, while a lot better these days, are quite still substantial. So while we're looking at this, we're looking at a lovely starfarer here escorted by two Gladii, or as they're called individually of course, a Gladius. A quite old light fighter design, and it is a really nice ship. If you're looking for a fairly basic combat ship to rent with your RSC, which we discussed in the previous video, I can strongly advise the Gladius. It's a really flexible little ship, and it packs quite a punch. Especially if you go and be a bit creative with the missile setups. You can get one to carry a very respectful number of 12 missiles. So you can make ourselves a fairly little missile boat. But here we are. We have joined ourselves into the Persistent universe. Our character here is waking up from his sleeping pod. I still wonder why they always have to need to sleep in their full armor, but I guess he might be afraid of being exposed to the vacuum of space. One of the things I always do is I look down here, I can see here the buttstock of my ballistics weapon. So I know I've got that equipped. And I go outside and I use the F4 key and just take a look around and lovely, my energy rifle is also still equipped. Sometimes they vanish and that can happen. But what's important for us now is that we go down to the main hall and get ourselves a ship. Because we want to fly around. You can see, because this is an armistice zone by the way, you cannot equip any of your weapons. Now we go to the screen and here we can select any of our ships. As you can see, I've got quite a list here. But if you only got one, it will only show one, but it will also show any of the available ships that might be available in a free flight week. Also quite handy to keep in mind. However, for this one we will be using one of my favorite ships, the Aegis Saber. So I select it and I request it, and it will tell me here it is being put on landing pad A07. So where is that? Well, if I look there it says 00 to 04 and 10, and if I look over here it tells me 05 to 08 and 09. Seeing we were on 07, we're going this way. Another small detail to notice is sometimes you want to fly with other people, they will be saying like I am on A07 for example, or on D07. There are 4 struts in total, A, B, C and D. If you want to get to the other struts you have to go outside and just float over in your suit. In order to get outside, as it says here, have a spacesuit on, because you will die. But that's important, we use the F key again. And we activate the airlock because we have a spacesuit on. Go inside and we click F again, and as you can see we're going to be exposed to the hard vacuum of space now. Look here again, it's quite well laid out. 07 this way, so that's where we're going. Then up here and we get ourselves a fine look out at the universe. You can see this is Port Olisar, which is the main station right now. And there we can see a Saber randomly floating in space. You'll see ships spinning around in this video when people get out of them, myself as well. It's a bit of a bug that's currently going on. But here is our own Saber. And she's looking very pretty and somebody's apparently trying to get in. And he's bugging out a bit. And yeah, with most of the smaller ships and fighters, the entryway is on the cockpit here on the left side. You will see it here popping up, enter pilot seat, press F. Stairs will come down, your character will climb in, and now the ship will start itself up. This will take a few seconds, it will not be instantly ready to go. This blue circle you see around here is part of the landing system. It's a bit buggy, I think. But it seems we're ready to go. In order to take off, we simply press the spacebar and we go up vertically. It is quite handy to take a look up to make sure you're not going to hit anything. It seems we're fine. In order to do looking up, by the way, you use the C key. That will allow you to go up there. So I'm going up a bit more. And considering I've now taken off, I press the N key to turn off landing mode, W to accelerate, and now I'm at speed. So now I'm flying out in the universe, which is of course absolutely beautiful, but we want to do something. In order to start a mission, we press the F1 key, go to the scheduler, and we can select any mission from here. In our case, let's go and repair one of the comma rays. We click here on the small hexagonal and it will show us up in the map where we need to go, or in the universe. In order to close it again, press F1. If you want to go back into the menu, you can click on this button down here. And restore uplink. There we are. Now, in order to get there, as we said in the first video, B activates quantum travel. And you can see this is now very glowy. So that means if I press F now, my ship will jump to this location. And now we are in quantum travel, which is the way to quickly get around the system, but it will be using your quantum fuel, which will cost money to replace.
You chose the wrong part of space to fly through.
And it seems somebody else is already here, so we're getting multiple pirates spawning. Actually, a lot of pirates are spawning. So let's go after the first one. And you can see here there's a trailing box there. Now it's green. That green box shows that it is within range. Oh, and we are getting a hit from behind. I'm not the best pilot. And that's a fairly dangerous ship because it's a fellow saber. I'm using the middle mouse button, or your mouse wheel, which allows you to lock weapons, your missiles. So that's what I'm doing here. And you can press and hold it down to launch the missile. One of the things you can of course manually control your speed, or you can use M to match your speed to the target, which is really nice. Anyhow, the missile got him, he's dead, we done our job. As you can see throughout that, we used our speed changing, we pitched up and down with the mouse, and we can roll to keep ourselves pitching. But right now we have to go and restore the uplink, which means we have to exit our ship. And that's what we will do. Getting quite close here. Gently getting closer, because I don't want to be floating around too much. And this is close enough. So I put my ship into full hold. And I press and hold down F. Doing that will allow me to hover out of my ship. And we can hear somebody else is arriving, but we can ignore that quite safely. And this is where you can see the bug here a bit, as we're floating a bit away and my ship will be starting spinning. But we're going into here. As you can see, I currently don't have any weapons equipped, but what if there's another player here, maybe a player pirate that doesn't want to go me in here. With my 1 key, I can select my sidearm. 2 key generally selects your other main weapon, and 3 key is the final weapon. If you got a heavy armor, you can even have 4 weapons equipped, and of course the 4th key should do that. Or I believe a double tap on the 3 key. In this case, I prefer my energy rifle. So we're just going to float in here. Again, same control scheme as with my ship. And we're following the indicator. And it will show us a console. And like with anything in Star Citizen that needs to be used, F when we get it. And now it's getting online. And we have done our mission. And we can go outside. And you can see up there, we've earned ourselves 1000 Alpha UEC. So before we go outside, I wanted to show you how the gun control is fairly similar. My right mouse button lets me to aim, and then we can move on. One thing you will notice here is that there's a crosshair that is actually trailing where my gun is going. And you can see the same happening here. That is because I am looking in a different place where my gun is. Unlike what you're used to with a traditional FPS, your gun is not always in the center of the screen. I can go here, and I'm not in the center of my screen where I'm shooting. That's because I'm controlling my face and my gun in a separate way. So my face is trailing the gun in this example. And this will also be showing in third person. It's one of the nice details. But other than that, as you can see, you can shoot this, and it's a laser weapon, so minimal to no recoil actually, and it works fairly nice. When you're looking at a ballistics weapon here, same deal. It has a bit of recoil, but not much, especially here in it should have more, but I think it's not properly modeled. But as you can see, this one needs a reload. The energy weapon does not need a reload, but it has only 120 shots, and after that it's just fully empty and it needs to be recharged, which can be done from ammunition crates. So we spent some of our ammunition and we had some fighting. Of course you can also throw out grenades, which also work in 0G. With the G key there, I'm throwing out the grenade. And you can see the symbol that will show up when it's close. It'll indicate there's a grenade next to you. And I'm not injured, so I don't need the mana pen, but the mana pen under the V key again. So these are your basic options. And my goodness, look at my ship. She has taken a pounding from that other Saber apparently. I'm amazed it's still floating. But you can nicely see also the damage way of how things work in here. It's like this armor is being melted away where it's being hit. But those are the basic controls of Star Citizen, and it's just also the basic what you can do. So this is in a persistent universe. Again, in your Moby glass, which is under the F1 key, you got also a journal here for some information. You can show here your missions and you can select them and you can follow them and do them as you wish. I hope this video has been informative to you and useful. If it was, give it a thumbs up. If you got any feedback, please leave it down in the comment section. I would really appreciate it. And besides that, thank you for watching. Until next time.